Hi, I'm Ramit Sethi, the author of I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and today I'm here with Casey. Casey and her husband live here in Freehold, New Jersey. They make just over $50,000 in household income, and they have just over $30,000 in student loan and credit card debt. Well, the good news is this is pretty easy to fix, so I'm gonna go talk to her and then make a plan. Let's do it. Casey,
Ramit.
how you doing?
Nice to meet you. Hi, my name is Casey Suskin and I'm 29 years old. So Ryan and I have been together for, it will be 6.5 years. We got engaged when we moved into our apartment in March of 2017, and then we just got married in September. So we've been married for about 6.5 months. Right now, financially, we both are just struggling. We're kind of got in a rut right before our wedding, and we have not seen ourselves out of it. We're always still at the end of the month scrimping. It's just a lot more than we thought. Last year, I made right around $26,000 for the year. My husband made about 33, so together we made about 59. I want to find that happy medium. So I rather get a grasp on money and know what mindset I should probably have towards it instead of thinking money is evil, and just have a better, relationship with it.
Casey, it's great to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
So what are you hoping to get out of this?
I just don't want to have a bad relationship with money anymore. I feel guilty after I spend money on a coffee or going out to lunch with my coworkers. I just want a better relationship with money since I never had one, and the one that I formed was not good.
So what I'm going to talk about today with you is we want to take guilt out of the equation. I don't want you to feel guilty about anything. In fact, I'm going to start off right now by telling you you can buy all the lattes you want, but we are going to talk a little bit about your finances, and we'll also talk about where you want to go with your money. So let's start with the debt. How do you feel about that?
It's suffocating. It really just, when I wake up in the morning, it always is in the back of my mind.
Well, I have good news for you, which is that you are in a situation, yes, you have some debt, yes, you want to look at your spending, but the situation that you are in it's totally achievable to pay off your debt. It's also achievable that you can live the kind of life that you want to live. So let's talk about some of the numbers. You make around just over $50,000 a year. Your rent, good news, is actually pretty good within parameters. A general rule of thumb is that you want to pay 28% of your gross income or less. And you're doing that. You're within those parameters, so that's really good. So let's talk about your income, okay? How do you feel about that?
It's not enough, but I think it's a start.
I agree, it's a start. If you wanted to earn more, how would you go about doing that?
I would have to get another job.
You have too much in loans. You should be earning a lot more. I call it the CEO strategy.
Okay.
Cut costs, E, earn more. And we're gonna zoom in on that, and then O is optimize your expenses.
Okay.
So optimize is things like once a year, I call up all the companies that I have subscriptions to. For example, my cable company, my cell phone company, and I call them up and I say, you know what? I'm looking at my bill here, and what can you do for me? A lot of them will actually knock off the price you're paying by hundreds of dollars. I want you to define your rich life, and then you have to make some choices in order to get there. And some of those choices are cutting back on things, C, cut back, but some of those things are E, earning more. And when you start getting that extra income, suddenly the debt's gonna go down faster than you imagine. Your savings are gonna start getting built up. You're actually gonna be able to start investing money, and that money really starts to grow fast. I mean, how does that feel?
I feel amazing.
Now you can see it's really starting to spin, right?
It's all clicking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all coming together. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go down and we're gonna see Doug. You're gonna feel in total control, and you're gonna know exactly what to do next. All right?
All right, let's do this.
All right. All right, Casey, I want to introduce you to Douglas Bonaparte. He took a look at your finances, and he's going to talk to you about some of the things that he noticed, all right?
Okay.
So what we first need to do is help you get control over where your money is going. And what I call this is being a master of cash flow. Now, what I'm about to tell you isn't fun. Going back over the last 12 months and looking at everything you spent your money on and organizing it by categories. But what this is going to do is show you where your money is going. Let's address the debt for a second. I have some of the information here, but I want you to be able to take this and organize it in such a way as you know who the lender is, how much is owed, the interest rate, and the monthly payments. I want you to do that for each liability or loan or debt that you have, so you can see it all in one place. The first thing you're going to want to attack is your credit card debt. The interest rate is over 25% respectively. That's just toxic. It's got to go. And then with your student loans, this is where we might have more flexibility. You said you wanted to get on an income-based repayment plan. This may be good as a crutch. The reason it's a crutch is you can find yourself paying so little that it's not covering the interest each month. If there's anything you do out of today, I want you to know where your expenses are going and free up as much cash as possible.
Casey, how do you think that would feel if you knew exactly where your money was going and you changed it to where you wanted it to go?
I think it would feel much better because I don't want to feel every day that you need something and you don't have the money. How can I apply this to my life and how can I make sure that my husband's going to get on board with it, because I know I have to kind of lasso him in and pull him in with it. So
one of the best tips, and I think Remy will agree with me here, I can offer you is to systematize as much as possible, to automate as much as you can. The next thing you're going to want to do is handle short-term risks, which means having an emergency fund. So let's make this our two main goals here today, really three. The first one being getting in the proper headspace to handle your financial life. Enough's enough. The second thing I want you to do is master your cash flow. Know where your money's coming and going intimately. Put in the work. And then third, when all of that's done, build yourself a cash reserve. I'd like to see 3 months of your living expenses, and you'll know exactly what living expenses are for you by the time you're done mastering cash flow.
sounds great.
You just got a lot of information here. How are you feeling right now?
I feel really good right now because I know I can do this. I believe deep down inside, I'm gonna tell Ryan, this is what we need to do, and I wanna be in that almost a place of nirvana, even if it just means being out of debt.
Well, I feel totally confident in you and your husband as well because of the way you walked in here today. And one thing that you heard today was that you have a lot of time, right? You have time to correct this. That's when life gets really exciting.
Yeah.
And you're not looking backward today. Now you're looking forward and saying, okay, let me attack the debt aggressively.
Yeah.
As Douglas said, enough's enough. And then let's look to the future to see what we can do to grow together as a couple.
This whole experience has really helped the way that Casey and I talk about money.
I learned a whole bunch. It was crazy to see how much we were spending and not knowing where it was all going. It really was me feeling, and I think even Ryan, we kept beating ourselves up over it. And it's hard because relationship with money it's a big one. You don't think about it. You have, our marriage is a big relationship, our relationship with our families are big, but you don't really think about your relationship with money, and it's something that can either make you or break you. So to have a good, healthy relationship with your money and for us to talk about it, it really opened our eyes. We're not out of the woods yet. We still have a lot going on, but I think the tools that they have given us is really going to help us in the end. I just really want to thank Remy and Doug for everything they did.